Peace. I'm Io, and I just want to thank the sisters who have been joining the prayer call and sharing their energy with me and talking with me and sharing their stories and listening to me. On the call, sometimes I get really swept up and I just go on, get really expressive and emotional. And I thank y'all for honoring the sisterhood, which naturally and necessarily includes every sister in all of creation and all of the universes, on all planes and in all dimensions. And I thank y'all for honoring the sisterhood with your presence. And for practicing prayer. Making things move. Understanding that you are a force. And you are co-creating your life. Co-creating the world with God and all the rest of us. I'm really grateful for that. I live in Atlanta. And I'm feeling really good about it. I call it Atlantis. But I'm living down in Georgia, and I spend the majority of my time at work. Most of the people I work with are not my friends. And so when we come together on Fridays and we talk about what really matters, about the enchantment in our lives, the synchronicity, the blessings, what's working, what we know for a fact to be the truth. We should do that more. If we could spend the majority of our time doing that, we would be experiencing a completely different life. But once a week on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we come together. We had a sister from the Blue Butterfly Women's Group, Michelle, I think it's Gaza or Gaza, come on and share in our cutting ceremony with us. And we had Miss Simone from Nurture U23 on YouTube, and Simone Radigan on my page come on the call with us. We had Zuli, one of my spiritual sisters, like she's been practicing with me for years, predict an amazing call, and it was amazing for me. And we had my darling Ashabi. Now Ashabi is like basically my partner in magic. We had Ashabi and Tree, the beautiful, serene, calm, stable Tree, and a friend of hers come on the call with us, and we're grateful. I'm grateful for your presence. So I wanted to talk about soul ties because I stopped talking about soul ties for years, but this is something that's so necessary to discuss, because soul ties affect us here and now. They affect the way that we think, the way that we feel, the emotions we allow ourselves to experience and feel. It affects the way that we believe, the things that we do believe and the things that we refuse to believe. Soul ties affect the way we connect to people. Let me give you an example. So, a soul tie I had to my two best friends, two Aries girls from North Carolina. We were friends for almost a decade. Best friends for almost a decade. And for years, I had not been honest with them about certain things that were bothering me. Now, when something's bothering you, all you have to do is say what's bothering you. You can say what's bothering you to a friend, because if a person's really your friend, your intention is not to harm them. Your intention is to be honest and to share with them. Now, a friend is not is someone who's not afraid to hurt your feelings. I'm not afraid to hurt your feelings. What you gonna do? But they never have the intention to hurt you. The intention is to help you move yourself forward, help you to progress, right? Because if you progress, if you win, I win. Like, if you get the dream house in California on the beach, we both win because I'm coming to visit. You know what I mean? Like, a friend is, there's no jealousy, there's no need for it. There may be some kind of competition, but it's never where they want to see you lose. It's never that way. So, and the competition is completely unnecessary, because if you're working together, you win quicker. You know what I mean? If you come together as friends, there's no need to compete. That's old galactic year thinking. That's very kind of, it's a patriarchal thing type of mentality. When you come into this divine feminine, we are about cooperation. It's about, okay, what we gonna do? We're gonna do it together and bring everybody together. I'm gonna do this part, you're gonna do that part. You're so great at that part, you got it. You know, it's about cooperation rather than competition. So I take that back. Real friendship has no need for competition, right? Because we're clear thinking women. You know, we're emotional, but we're also logical. And we understand that when we work together, we get things done faster and more effectively. So, soul ties. Oh, let me talk about the friends. So, with the girls I was friends with, I wasn't honest with them, ended up breaking up. We weren't friends anymore. And we've never recovered because I wrote a nasty email about how I don't like when this happens, and I think this is why you do that. I'm psychoanalyzing everybody, hurting people's feelings, don't give a F-U-C-K, and hurting people's feelings. And I lost my two best friends. So for years and years and years, I had a soul tie to those two girls and to that experience. For years, 2 to 3, almost 4 years. Damn, like almost 4 years. I did not even call anyone my friend. I don't know. I would literally tell people, no, I don't really do friends. I don't, That's a soul tie. The soul tie is anything that's anchoring you into the past. So for me, I'm not allowing myself to have friends or to be a friend because I'm afraid to get hurt. I was crushed when those girls stopped being friends with me. I recognize it now as a necessary step in growth. And us just branching out from each other and allowing each other to be where we needed to be emotionally and mentally, whatever. But yeah, at the time I was torn apart. I was ripped the fuck up. I was, and it was like that for years. And Ashby was the first friend I made, and it took years. She told me, "You're my friend, and I'm not leaving." That's what she said to me. Little girl. I should be shorter than me. Like, not ready for friends. She told me one time, you need to get over it. Like, do you realize you're using that as an excuse not to have friends? So things like that need to be cut. So if a soul tie was a physical thing, it would look like one of three things. It would look like a chain, and it would, like the clasp thing on the chain, I don't know what it's called, like clasped around a part of your body, around your neck, around your ankles, around your waist, or it would look like a rope tied around you, a nice tight knot around your body. If it was physical, it might even look like an umbilical cord. And this is the thing that works clearest for me, because an umbilical cord goes into your body. An umbilical cord is a growth from your body, and it would stretch out into the distance, into whatever past relationship or experience is connecting you to that thing. Now, you can also have soul ties to future events. And a soul tie to a future event will cause you to think a certain way, feel a certain way, behave a certain way. So if you have a soul tie and you're pumping it full of, like, you're giving all these thoughts to it, you're envisioning it, you're breathing into it. There are different exercises you can do where you breathe life into whatever vision you have for yourself in the future. Then soul ties like that literally pull you forward, pull you towards them. They cause you to spend your money a certain way. This is behavior. It causes you to spend your money, your time, your energy a certain way. It causes you to accept people as your friends or to not accept people as your friends. It causes you to feel a certain way. You might feel enthusiasm or excitement, or you might feel motivated or determined or feel resolved or feel like, you know, I'm not fazed by the job that I'm working because I know that this is not the future. My future, you can basically be living in your future. You can be so connected as far as a soul tie, but a soul tie can also anchor you into the past. Now, please excuse it if it sounds like I'm speaking literally, and I guess in a way I am, but when you have an anchor to an experience, it'll be active in your vibration. It will actively affect your physiology, the state of your health, because these things are in your energy field, and your energy field will not forget them unless you consciously release it, cut it out, do a ceremony. Now, when you do soul ties, and this is specifically, I know this is getting long, I apologize, but this is specifically for the women who came on the call last night, or anyone who wants to do a ceremony to cut soul ties. The most effective way that I've ever done cutting of a soul tie is when Ashby and I perform the ceremony together. So whenever you come together with your sister, whenever you come together and you perform any kind of ceremony together, your energy is incredibly amplified. I had a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, tell me a story, and I've cut him off, but I held on to the story because it's so powerful. It would tell me all these amazing stories, and one of the stories was, if you have a horse, and the horse can pull maybe 300 pounds, of course, a real horse can probably pull more, but if it could pull 300 pounds by itself, and you have another one, and that one can maybe pull 500 pounds. When you put these two horses together and they're pulling a load together, now they can pull 2,000 or more pounds together. So what you can do when your energy is amplified by a consensus of the collective, or the convention between you and one or more other sisters, is indescribably more than what you could do by yourself. I know a lot of us like to go it alone, and then we end up complaining that we feel lonely. You don't have to go it alone. Find some sisters to connect with. Now, we have to do these types of ceremonies over the phone because we just happen to not be with each other physically right now. But we have been together physically in the past. I've been with Kenyatta, I've been with Jessica, I've been with Mika, I've been with Azuli and Tree, and all the girls from a sisterhood we had over at ANC. I've been with y'all, and I know what happens when we get together. So I encourage y'all to get together, do the ceremonies, do these things, and have more time working towards your spirituality. Spend more time on that so we can change our lives, and then start inviting our brothers to join us, because that's the next step. Feeling really strongly about that. Okay, I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Send me a video response. How about that? Bye.